In a world dominated by the internet and social media, where access to information is almost instantaneous simply by pulling out the smartphone in our pocket, teaching students to think critically about the media and the information that they consume and share is vitally important. Media literacy education can start in the classroom, even as early as elementary school. The principles can be applied to almost any content area and can be taught by all teachers with support and resources they can find in their own school building or district.
Media literacy is important because it does provide a variety of different kinds of skills that you can use across your lifetime. Media literacy actually has its roots in English language arts. And so if we think about all the different types of skills and the different types of information that can be shared through media literacy, it actually goes across the curriculum. I've seen it used as social studies, I've seen it used in English, even in math courses. So I think there's a lot of opportunities to be able to incorporate media literacy across the curriculum.
First, let's talk about what we mean by media literacy. Exactly what is media literacy? According to the National Association for Media Literacy Education, a media literate person is defined as one who possesses the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create, and act using all forms of communication. Media literacy is not restricted to one medium and is understood as a set of competencies that are essential for work, life, and citizenship. Media literacy helps students become wise consumers of media, as well as responsible producers of their own media.
It's important for our students to be able to understand how to evaluate media because it's all over. It surrounds their lives. It's a part of their existence. It's another element to their lifestyle and their life experiences. They receive messages in lots of different forms from lots of different places. And they really need those skills to be able to understand what content they're receiving, how other people might interpret messages that they might be creating and sending, and to be citizens in our society.
And while you may think teaching media literacy is something for older students in middle school and high school, that's not the case. Media literacy education can start in elementary school with age-appropriate discussions and activities.
I mean, there are just so many things out there that kids especially don't think about when they click on an app or how they're getting information, who's putting the information out there, how's the information they're giving them being used. Is the information they're consuming correct? Is it based on fact, or is it just something someone made up to promote their own agenda?
It's important to start media literacy early because we know that habits established early in life carry throughout their entire life. And as they can get a better understanding of the media and learn about its implications and critically think about the media at a young age, hopefully those skills and that power to be able to do that will continue throughout their lifetime.
PBS offers a media literacy educator certification course that breaks down teaching media literacy into 8 areas: assessing student media, creating a code of conduct, critically analyzing media, evaluating online information, evaluating online tools for classroom use, implementing media projects in early childhood or in upper grades, making media for classroom use audio and video, making media for classroom use images, graphics, and interactives.
I think taking the class made me ask a lot of questions that I'd never even thought about before. I am not a tech person. I mean, when I was in school, none of this existed. And I'm new to technology, especially, COVID was the first year my students even had one-to-one devices. So I didn't use a lot of technology before that because they weren't going to have the device in the classroom to even access it. So yes, I was intimidated and didn't really know a lot about it, which is why I took the course in the first place.
I do think there is a fear about teaching media literacy. in a school setting in particular. And that comes from lots of different places. Some of it is from concerns about what parents might be thinking about and might respond. Parents have different rules and regulations for what they want their children to do, particularly on media and in social media. So it's really important to get your parents on board and to make sure that they're aware of what you're doing, to be able to show them the value of media literacy in the classroom.
Dividing media literacy into the 8 categories helps teachers to identify the main principles of media literacy, removing the ambiguity of teaching such a complex concept.
I think if it would have all been just at one, it would have been overwhelming. It would have been too much information. But when you broke it down into the 8 specific areas, you could take lessons you already had. You know, when I had to show student work, it was something I had already used in my classroom, and then apply the media literacy piece to it so that the students were also learning, you know, oh, where does this come from? How to, you know, about bias and you know, so that they could recognize bias in media and not play into that in making their decisions.
Media literacy is vitally important to introduce in the K-12 classroom. Breaking down the complicated topic into the 8 focus areas can help educators integrate the concept into almost any content area or class project while meeting many state and national content standards. To learn more about the PBS Media Literacy Educator Certification course offered for teachers in Ohio, visit this website.